Good afternoon to all of you. Dear students, I welcome you all in digital class of biology. Students, today we will study about nucleic acid, but before that I would like to motivate you all with the beautiful sayings of Lord Krishna. Dear students, he says that don't let anyone's ignorance, hate, drama or negativity stop from being the best person you can be. Okay, if someone is ignoring you, leave. If someone is hating you, leave. If someone is showing drama or showing negative attitude towards you, okay, then what? Leave it. It is their character. Okay, you need not to stop yourself from being the best person you can be. You are great and be always like that because you love yourself. Okay, so with this beautiful thought, I would like to start with my today's topic, that is nucleic acid. So students, what are these nucleic acid? These are the largest and most complex organic molecules, okay? And it was first discovered by Friedrich Mischer, okay, in 1871. What is the function of this nucleic acid? Dear students, the nucleic acids such as DNA and RNA, okay, they store genetic information and thus it transfer from one generation to another or from one cell to another. Thus, your nucleic acids are of two types, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, that is DNA, and ribonucleic acid, that is RNA. Student, in this we will study about DNA, okay, that is deoxyribonucleic acid. So student, every living organism contain DNA, okay, as it is a material of your inheritance. It was first discovered in 1960 by whom? By Franklin, Watson and Crick. Clear? Watson and Crick discovered this structure, okay, this double helical structure of DNA in the year 1953. And if I'll tell you about chemical composition of this structure, it looks somewhat like this. It is one strand of the DNA. So student, now we need to know that your DNA is made up of what, okay? Your DNA is made up of two strands of polynucleotide, okay, which run anti-parallel. One moves in this direction and other move in this direction. They are joined by bases, okay. Bases are here and here, okay. Which bases? Nitrogenous bases are there, okay, and each base have their specific partner, such as A will always form bond with thymine and guanine will always form bond with your cytosine. Clear? Understood? And what is this? This is the name of these bonds are your hydrogen bonds. Let's understand this through this, okay. See here, this is one strand of your DNA, it's another strand of your, okay. Then they contain these nitrogenous bases. I have told you that A will always form bond with T with 2 hydrogen bond, and G will also always form bond with your cytosine with 3 hydrogen bond. Clear? Now the question that may be in your mind is that, ma'am, where this nucleic acid is present in case of eukaryotic cell? So dear student, it is found in nucleus, okay, and in small amount also found in mitochondria and chloroplast, okay, whereas RNA is found throughout the cell. Students, if I'll talk about the monomer unit of your DNA, okay, it is your nucleotide. Now what is this nucleotide? Student, as you have studied that your protein is formed of amino acid, okay, so protein is the monomer of your protein, okay. Your starch is formed of, okay, glucose molecule, okay, so glucose is monomer and starch is your polysaccharide, okay. So similarly your DNA is your polynucleotide and nucleotide is the monomer of that, means it is formed of various nucleotide. Clear? You must know that your nucleotide is consist of what, okay, it consists of your phosphate, sugar can be your ribose or deoxyribose, and then nitrogenous bases. Nitrogenous bases are of two types, that is purine and pyrimidine. And one more term is there, that is student nucleoside, okay. When your nucleotide doesn't contain phosphorus, at that time it is known as nucleoside. It contains sugar, it contains nitrogenous base, but it doesn't contain phosphate, so at that time it is known as nucleoside. Now, next question is there in your mind, that what are these nitrogenous bases? Student, I have told you that nitrogenous bases are of two types, that is purine and pyrimidine. Okay, purine examples are adenine and guanine, and pyrimidine example are thymine and cytosine in case of your DNA, and uracil and cytosine in case of your RNA. Clear? These are the structure of your purine and pyrimidine. Okay, these are your purines and these are your pyrimidine. How to remember it? AG pure है. Okay, AG pure है, and then PTC. Clear? So in that way you can learn by making mnemonics also. Next, student, your nucleotide is formed of sugar. Okay, and that sugar is 5 carbon sugar. Clear? And the examples of those sugar are ribose and deoxyribose. Deoxyribose is present in case of DNA and ribose is present in case of your RNA. What is the difference between these two? Can you identify? It is carbon number 1, it is carbon number 2, it is carbon number 3, 4, 5. Okay, it is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Difference is there. Okay, see at carbon number 2, what is there? Here there is hydrogen and here there is OH group. Okay, so here deoxyribose means removal of your oxygen at the carbon number 2. Clear? And your deoxyribose is more stable as comparison to your ribose sugar, okay, due to the absence of the oxygen. Clear? Student, next is your phosphoric acid, that is also present in your nucleotide. Okay, see here, this is your phosphate. Clear? Now if I'll give you the summary, see here, this is your one chain of DNA. Okay, it is a polynucleotide 1 and 1. Okay, it consists of your phosphoric acid, sugar and nitrogenous bases. Phosphorus, sugar and nitrogenous bases, and all these are combined together through your phosphodiester bond. Which bond? Phosphodiester bond. Clear? So students, if I'll tell you about the main feature which Watson and Crick have identified, he said that the diameter of your two strand is 20 angstrom. How much? It is 20 angstrom. And then he stated that your two strand of polynucleotide are anti-parallel. Anti-parallel means one is moving in this direction and other is moving in this direction. Clear? And then next is your, the backbone is formed by the sugar phosphate sugar chain. Okay, see here, this is your phosphate, this is your sugar, phosphate sugar. So this backbone is formed of your phosphate and sugar chain. Clear? Then come towards nitrogenous bases. These are your nitrogenous bases. These are projected more or less perpendicular to the backbone, but they are facing inside. See here, they are inside. Clear? Then A and G of one strand compulsory base pair with each other. Clear? And T and C will base pair with each other. Clear? And there are two hydrogen bond in case of your A, adenine and thymine, and there are 3 hydrogen bond in case of your G and C. Clear? Each strand appear helical staircase like. Okay, and if I talk about the strand turn 360 degree. Okay, and one full turn of the helical strand would involve 10 steps. Okay, when it will coiled in this way. Okay, this one, it include 10 nitrogenous bases. Clear? And then the pitch would be about 3 to 4 angstrom. Okay, 34 angstrom. What is the 34? This pitch. And the distance between per base pair. Okay, per base pair means this and this. It is your 3.4 angstrom. Clear? Student, through this diagram you will understand clearly. Okay, see here, the rise per base pair would be 3.4 angstrom. Okay, this is your 3.4 angstrom. Clear? And the pitch would be 34 angstrom. This is your pitch. Okay, and one this full turn involved 10 base pair. Okay, and then between this A and T it will form two double hydrogen bond. Clear? It is easy, student, just try to understand. Okay, just try to read books and again watch my PowerPoint presentation. Clear? That's all from your nucleic acid site. Okay, complete your work, and for any query please do call me. Thank you and have a nice day.